Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. I am having to take a few deep breaths and
Mm,
center myself. I have a very active household right now with little girls, little
yes.
mini goddesses.
Whoop whoop.
And uh, Ramona, you and I were talking before recording about how some things have been of myself have been popping up that
Mm.
I haven't really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And actually, in thinking about it after we were talking, little girls who are active and have a imagination and a mind of their own and want to explore and all of that is a
Mm.
beautiful, beautiful thing. And I never want to tamp that down. I really don't. I want these young women to know that they have
Yeah,
ideas and inspirations, and that it's okay to be who they are and not have to be
absolutely.
into this box, because I think that is how I had to operate into the world. I had to, my role was the people pleaser,
Yeah.
was to not so much um, see it or not be seen, or be quiet until spoken to, or whatever that
Mm.
was. Don't speak until spoken to.
Right.
But I was fairly reserved in my actions, whatever. uh, I did what you told me to do. I was
Right.
compliant, right?
Right.
One of these little ones decided that she wanted to cut her bangs. And she's done it before. uh, she's come to visit us, and the first thing I noticed was, this long hair like mine, and
Wow.
then this across,
Mm.
and her mama said that, she said, "Oh dear, did you cut your hair?" And she
Oh
says,
my goodness.
"Yes. Don't you like it?" And Mama said, "No, I really don't like it that much." She said, "I
Mm.
don't know about this." She said, "Well, I don't care." I love it. And she just did this hair flip,
Oh
and
my goodness.
away she went. It was just my hair, and I cut it, and I'm good.
Nice.
And I mean, you 5, 6, 7 year olds, they're,
Mhm.
anyway. So
Yeah. I
I've
did not
got
have
these little
girls,
ones.
so I don't. I see my nieces, but I don't have as much experience in that world as others. But yeah.
Well, neither do I. I mean, it's been a few years since I've had little girls running around the house, and God bless my husband, because he's the only man in this whole family of girls,
Oh,
all granddaughters, all, wait a minute, poor guy. He handles it very well.
right. Oh my
Anyway,
goodness.
so that being said, we're raising little goddesses.
Yes.
We need to honor that, and I think everything that Saraswati has been teaching me
Hmm.
about mastering these lessons that I've been
Yeah.
having repeatedly,
Hmm.
then I can impart them to others and
And
flow
yeah,
effortlessly.
yeah. I have to tell you, yeah, she's really been talking through me this week. I love how every week that we begin to work with a goddess, or at least I, find that I am really being a witness to that energy in my life. Um, I just returned home from this beautiful trip, and it was such a magical time. All the different hikes we went on, and just communing with nature and getting out of the noise. I mean, that was really, really huge,
Mm-hmm.
because it definitely gave me an opportunity to get clear with myself about some things. And um, with everything that's been happening in our world for the last 5 months, 4 months, however many months, I think I'm losing track. But there's
Seems
there's
like
been a
forever.
loss of some practices in my own life, because of trying to everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rework, redesign,
Reimagine,
reimagine,
revision.
re. Um, and I really feel like as her message came through to us uh, as an igniter, a few weeks ago, even before we got here, I have been slowly feeling these, these gentle whispers of it's important to continue these practices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it could be as simple as weight loss, right? Like body care. Like, what do I want to do for my body? I know that there's been plenty of experiences and opportunities that I have said, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and that first week, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then by week two, it's kind of like the ego starts chomping down on why it's not important, and oh, I'd rather be
Mm-hmm.
doing this, or I'd rather be doing that, and these
Oh,
distractions.
yeah. I'm highly distracted.
Yeah.
This one, I'm looking at our book that explains the goddesses, and that one sentence, are you someone who begins things with great enthusiasm, but
Mm-hmm.
when you realize the
Yeah.
scope of the situation, you move on to something
Right. Right.
else?
Right.
I went,
And yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's me like every day, some
And
way, shape, or form.
right. And then I loved that it went further into talking about how the only way you can become a master of something is through continued attention and practice. And for me, that's yoga. Like, that's the purpose of yoga, is that you show up on the mat every day with this practice that ultimately leads you to a place of self mastery, self understanding, self exploration, right? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
can operate in this world in a way that is in alignment with my highest self because I put myself on that mat, and I go in and I listen to the noise that I'm creating. Because
Yeah.
the noise that's around me is only amplified by my own choice to raise that vibration of noise.
Mm-hmm.
So working with Saraswati is, in my opinion, so very important to remaining committed to whatever it is that I say that I want to accomplish. Because
Mm-hmm.
anything that is given attention and focused practice, focused efforts, doesn't come easy. It comes with challenges. It comes with speed bumps. It comes with things having to be looked at.
Right. And we all want ease and flow. We want to
Yeah.
feel at ease. And eventually you will, like Saraswati is telling us, you focus on these things and in mastering them, it does become easy.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
does flow because it's become part of
Of
how you
you.
are.
Becomes part of
Right,
you.
right. So that self
Yeah.
mastery is
Yeah.
really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that the more that we can tap into these goddesses in a way that invites them on the journey with us. We don't, when we get real stuck and muddled in, I'm doing this by myself. I have to do all the things, and we forget that we are actually one with spirit. We are actually co-creating with the universe. We are actually co-creating with the divine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is a game changer.
Yeah, just knowing that you're not doing this on your own, that you weren't just plunked into the situation
Right,
and see you
right,
later. Good
right.
luck with that.
So right. So as we are developing our awareness of these goddesses and their messages and what it is that they can share with us, I think that it's also even more important. And I think that Saraswati is giving us this opportunity to really remember this, that part of part of those practices, part of that development and into mastery is also by calling in that support, like grounding and centering yourself I think about getting out of bed and just going for the day. Like, okay, these are all the things. I have the list of things that have to be done. Versus rising, sitting in nature with my coffee, closing my eyes and listening to the birds singing or the wind moving through the trees or even the dew that's dropping itself off of my skin because I'm sweating here in Florida, right? and and really calling in that support, really calling in those guides, those beings that are with us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And invoking the divine goddess means that we are going to call on those goddesses to come stand beside us.
Right, right.
To really help us on the journey. And that, to me, when I was really diving into understanding what I was processing through, because when we start researching these goddesses, we don't just go to the book and like we're just working from here. We start collecting information from different resources to help us have voice to what it is that we want to share throughout each week.
Right, and we call on these goddesses to be with us in this experience and really mastery or just experiencing whatever energy they have to provide for us. That's the research in itself and how it expresses in our experience throughout the week. And it's always been something pops up that has to do with that particular goddess. And
every week.
I know. Oh, wait till next week.
Woo! I love that Saraswati brought herself to us for this week and for where we are in our journey with the IDG vision. Because our next step is to actually start creating experiences that you all are going to dive deeper into your own understanding of the goddesses. And we're going to really create, I'm just going to say, we're going to create a workshop that is going to focus specifically on one goddess and really dive into the elements of how to use that goddess's messages and their tools and their techniques. And that is our intention, is that we start now building on what we've created here in the beginning, which is just beginning to expose weekly to each of them. The next step is to actually go deeper. And this is Saraswati all over. I mean, I'm like almost in tears. The energy that's coming in right now.
Dive.
This is knowledge. This is not just knowledge. This is knowledge. I'm bringing that goddess so far in that I feel her presence with me when I'm working that element, when I'm working that energy. And that's how I feel this week with her.
I'm a very word person, and I'm just thinking knowledge, to know. Back in the ancient days, if you knew something, if you knew someone, it was very intimate.
Yes.
It was a very intimate relationship in the knowing.
Yeah.
So when that's the deep dive.
So we are very, very excited, and I feel like Saraswati bringing her presence into you and I, our sphere, for this week, is absolutely confirmation. Confirmation that the next step that we're about to activate very soon, is being divinely guided, and she is here to support us in our own journey of mastering our invoking of the divine goddess.
That's what we set out to do. That was our intention to.
Yep. And I think it's perfect because we are going to actually activate all of this in our 1 year mark. We're coming to our 1 year mark.
Oh my gosh.
We're coming to our 1 year mark since IDG was divinely birthed or was gifted to Paige and I. It was last September that we came together and all of this began to surface. So to know that we're about to take that next step in the journey is pure magic.
Mhm. It is. It
Magic.
really is. I hope that for all of you who are watching, that you're feeling that same excitement and energy, and that you want to jump in with us and do that deep dive. We're looking at the end of this month. I guess we'll just give
Yep.
a
Coming
short
soon. Coming
little
soon.
coming soon to a goddess near you.
I love it. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I love this time. I love
Yes.
my Wednesdays.
Me too. Well, friends, we hope that our chat has gifted you with some inspiration and some opportunity to explore and dive deeper within your own journey with the
That's
goddess.
right. And
And
if you've gotten excited about something and you jump right in, and 3 days later, not so much, we're with you.
yep.
Saraswati, call her in, call in the other goddesses and say, help me through this. I want
Yes.
to master this. And
Yes.
I want peace and ease in my life. Who doesn't want that? I mean,
Right?
and you can have it.
Absolutely. Well, friends, we hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. And Paige, it was lovely chatting with you as
Oh, you
always.
too, my love.
We'll see you all
Always.
very soon. Namaste,
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Namaste.